Here at home to play the Spurs. They got a good win over Indiana last night. 7 o'clock Wednesday night is your tip-off at the Romo Fijo, so that pregame coverage will start at 6:30. Keep in mind your promo code for CLE Clothing Company all this month is HEART. It's a short month, only 28 days, but HEART is what you're going to want to use, and that'll get you 20% off whatever you buy from CLE Clothing Company. 20% off. I find myself saying 20, and I hate that. 20% off.
20.
20.
20.
It's gross.
I like 20.
20% off at CLE Clothing Company. It's not the NBA All-Star Game, but I was listening to a commercial we were running a little bit ago, and apparently coming up this weekend, there is a big game. The big game is what they called it. I keep thinking it's like farther off than it is, but it's this coming weekend.
This is like the latest the
was
Super
like, it's
Bowl's
usually
ever
the
been
first
played.
week.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah.
Well, because it's my daughter's birthday, and I was like, I don't ever remember these two coinciding at all.
No.
Isn't it usually like the first week of February
Yeah,
or
first
last
couple
week of
days.
January?
Yeah.
Okay. Why? Is it just coincidental or?
I think the season was a little bit thrown off by COVID stuff. Oh, I know what it is. They added a game.
They added a week, yeah.
Yeah, they instead of 16 games, they played 17 games, so they added a week, so
Threw it back.
later. Yeah.
I see. Okay. Well, Cincinnati Bengals and the LA Rams in LA on Sunday. Very exciting. You'd see the drips and drabs of Super Bowl commercials. Colin Jost and ScarJo did one for Amazon and Alexa.
Oh, good. They needed money.
You know what? Good for them. It's a big break.
Jesus, speaking of Cincinnati, did you see the video of the Wendy's where they walk behind the counter and beat the piss out of that girl that's working?
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. They're still looking for these two women, I think.
What to replace the fries?
Huh? The worker is behind the counter, and the two women were upset by the way she handed them their food in the drive-thru.
People just want to beat down someone.
So they walk into the dining room and start yelling at her, and she's just a girl working the drive-thru in Cincinnati. And they walk up, and they start screaming at her. They throw a bottle at her. And then they just walk back behind the counter and start punching her in the head. She ended up with a fractured leg
Jeez.
and a torn ligament. They really put it to her. And so they're trying to find these women. There are a lot of, why are people so high-strung? And that's an understatement to call them high-strung.
And over how you were handed your food.
Handed your food. There's always somebody getting punched through a drive-thru or
literally your job, I don't care how you give it to me, as long as it's not spilled or whatever. I know people have bad days. If my food is intact and my order is correct, I don't care how you hand it to me. I'll just put that out there. Attitude matters. I get it. But I'm not your boss. Hopefully your boss is watching you and he can do it.
But also, it's probably just as much, even if there is attitude, the attitude of the person in the car.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The phrase minimum wage, by the way, should be amended to mean, what's the least you'll work for to possibly risk assault?
You mean the minimum?
At one of these, huh?
You said, what's the least you'll work for? And I said, you mean the minimum?
Yeah, what's the least amount of money you'll work for?
Yeah, what's the minimum wage?
Yes. Minimum wage now is, this is what we're going to pay you for this job, whatever.
Yeah.
And these places go $15. But these service industry jobs, these thankless drive-through jobs or whatever, they should go to somebody and go, what is the least amount of money that you will risk assault for?
What would it be for you?
I don't know. It's a hell of a lot more than $15. All these companies are patting themselves on the back because they're like, we're offering $15.
Yeah, but it's also,
I'm going to need about twice that.
But
somebody coming in with leg fracture. It's not like they have benefits.
A lot of the people who work there have no prior work experience or don't have any skills or don't have any college education. So my point is they don't have a lot of options on other places to go.
I get these arguments that why are we paying unskilled workers all this money? But the laws of supply and demand always seem to apply to everything other than labor. Prices always go up for other stuff. They go, oh, we have a work shortage. No, you don't. Pay people more. They'll come back. They'll be happy to come back. It never applies to that. Companies go, we're not going to pay them more.
No, I agree. I'm just saying that's
it's not a union gig. They're not going to bring scabs in.
Right. That's the whole thing, is that someone will do it for $10 and not care because they've got no other options. They've got, where else are they going to go?
I guess.
And big corporations know that. They're like, the people who we employ don't have a lot of choice. I'm not saying all employees are like that, but
I understand.
Because anyone would say, if you're going to throw a milkshake in my face and beat me with a broom, yeah, I would like $95 an hour for that, but it's not going to happen.
I need $35 an hour.
I just don't understand.
But that's my point. Rather than a company going, well, we'd like to properly staff this place.
Because someone will always do it for less.
No, I know, but there is a minimum wage, obviously. But these places aren't even properly staffed. So you end up with some poor girl who was probably by herself at the drive-thru, or not by herself, but there's a guy in the kitchen and she's at the window.
Yeah, there's like 3
people there. And so
if
3 people come in, you're already outnumbered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if a Wendy's is understaffed, you haven't even been to rallies. But I love rallies. I'll keep going, but man, oh man.
I couldn't believe, I realized that the jobs report exceeded all expectations, but I came in this morning and I was I've started to park in the front because my wife gave me an early Valentine's Day gift. She got me a remote starter.
Isn't it wonderful?
That I put in. It's fantastic.
Life-changing. I got one not this past year for my birthday, the year before. It was like the first big gift my boyfriend gave me, and I was like, this is literally life-changing.
But I've been parking in the front now.
You have to.
So that I can start it from here and look out. I come in this morning, the parking lot's full. I'm like, Jesus, is this building full of people now again? So I parked in the back where I usually do. But now I got to walk to the other end of the thing. And I got to start my car there. I got to walk back in. These lives we lead.
So hard. How are we even going to go on?
I got to see my car to remote start it. It is nice, though.
It's great.
It was a bitch to put in, boy. But
why didn't you take it to a place?
Because they're going to charge me $400? It's like plug and play.
Mine was like $150.
No, I can put it in. It was just really tedious.
Yeah.
It's literally plug and play, but you got to really get in there to figure out, you're kind of doing it blind. So I knew I could I could put it in. Just took me longer than I thought it would.
It's just driving around this parking lot right now with all the snow banks everywhere. You're taking your life in your hand because I was parking today and I come around this corner and there's someone just flying by.
Yeah.
And we almost got to crash just in the parking lot because you can't see anything over these
stupid mounds.
Yeah, mountains of snow.
Well, the back they plowed in to basically have one row of parking. There's so much snow. So like the bank goes halfway into the parking lot. But yeah, it is nice. It's pretty sweet. I got some money here for you. It's $1,000, a chance for you to go fund yourself. So listen closely and good luck.
The Buzzard wants you to go fund yourself and score $1,000. Enter the nationwide keyword HOPE at WMMS.com. That's HOPE. Enter it now at WMMS.com. And good luck from Buzzard Radio.
Anytime you just want to drop us a quick message, you can. Alan Cox Show After Hours line is 216-986-8903.
Hey, Alan, it's Scott in Brunswick. Just had a look at the Alan Cox Show subreddit, and wow, they really do not like the show on there. I want to say screw them. Who needs their opinion? I think the show is excellent. Keep up the great work. And can you hit the post on Nick of Time by Bonnie Raitt?
Jesus, Nick of Time. I haven't heard.
Trying to butter you up.
I haven't heard that for 30 years.
Yeah, it is weird how the subreddit is just people that,
hate
for some
us.
reason,
they hate
we make them miserable. But they keep listening. So
yeah, it's
keep
like
listening.
people on Facebook too. I told Mary when she started on the show, I said, "Don't ever go on Reddit."
And I did.
I told you not to.
I couldn't help it.
Everybody thinks they know better than me.
When I first got on the show,
everybody
I was
thinks they know better
stuck in
than
that page. Oh my goodness!
For what?
Constructive criticism is what I thought.
I didn't even know. I didn't even know it existed until somebody got me hip to it. And I know it exists. I won't go on it.
There's no reason to.
That's my point.
I quit going on there probably right actually when my dad died, because people were saying some really horrible things on there about my dad's death, and I was like, you know what? I don't think I ever need to check this page ever again. But my
I love Reddit because I have curated an amazing experience for myself on Reddit.
Yeah.
So all the places I go and the things I look at, it's fantastic.
It's great.
But
weren't you on the front page of Reddit today?
Who?
You? Oh no, that was me.
Oh, Jesus Christ, this guy.
So annoying.
God. What is the front page of Reddit?
It means like you had a post. Like it wasn't a post that I posted.
I didn't even know Reddit had a front page.
Yeah,
Just Reddit.com when you the
Oh,
first page that comes up.
I have my feed or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. People go to Reddit.com?
I guess.
Oh, I only
don't
look at
know.
the app. Okay.
I just got somebody.
Thing.
Somebody screenshotted something and said that was on the front page. So,
But
it was
point
it's cool.
being, you had a great time going to the Alan
Oh
Cox
no,
show.
I hated myself. I was like, I would cry. I'd be like, I should just quit. Why is everybody so mean to me?
Why didn't I listen to Alan?
Because I'd be like, I'm new, guys. Be nice to me.
Oh my
you know?
God!
My
You
buddy,
didn't post there, did you?
No, I
Oh.
never made like an account or anything like that. But my buddy, who's actually a comedian in New York, he started listening to our show on YouTube while he's at work and stuff because he kind of does behind the scenes work for a production company, and so he's been listening to our show he's behind a few episodes, and he found the subreddit today, and he texted me and he's like, "Yo, why do these people hate you guys so much?" And I was laughing. I told you that when I got in today, and it made me laugh. And he goes, "They're so mad that Alan doesn't like cats." He's like, "There's like 10 posts about how Alan hates cats."
Hey, that's an okay thing to be mad at. I mean,
Right.
that I get.
Yeah.
There are cat people and not cat people. I get it.
It's just
weird.
funny.
It gives people a place to vent.
Let them vent.
That's
Whatever.
fine.
And here's the thing: they care enough and listen enough to have an opinion. So whatever.
Well, we tell ourselves that. That's what you always tell yourself. They go, well, that means they care. I don't give a fat frog's ass if they care or not. But
they're listening.
it is still...
It's weird.
That's all I care about.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's a weird relationship to have. Like,
It's
if
fine.
anything bothered me that much, I wouldn't continue to consume it. So when people have that, it's just not something that I relate to. But I know that is how people relate, or that's how people vent or get whatever they need, deal with their own mental illness in a way. Because
You know what, though?
it's strange. Because like I don't have that.
But
Like,
even pre-social media, I've been doing this a long time. The beginning of May will be my 30th anniversary in radio. And even pre-social media, I cultivated an adversarial relationship with my audience. So by the time social media came around, I was like, oh, that's the best you got? You
Yeah.
better do better than that.
Well, when you say if it bothered you so much, why would you continue to consume it? That's how I feel about sour cream. Where I'm like, I know how upset this is gonna make me. I know how bad it's gonna ruin my week. But every now and then, I'm like, I gotta do it.
I think that's
gotta
a little
do it.
different than what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. It's an okay comparison.
Yeah. That is a visceral reaction
Yeah.
to something that
I
you're
have a bad case of diarrhea.
I have a bad case of diarrhea. I have a bad case of diarrhea. I have a bad case of diarrhea.
Yeah. Just sing that song when you're having some sour cream.
Based on how some of the people talk about us on that subreddit, you'd think it was a visceral reaction. Like they couldn't help it. They're like, oh, I turned it on and stupid Mary's talking about her boyfriend again. We get it. All you talk about is your boyfriend and sobriety.
We
working
get
out
it. You have
Maria.
meaningful relationships.
I literally popped up and
We get it.
I'm on it right now. I was like, oh wow, they're talking about Mary's relationship.
They always are.
Yeah.
What's it about now? What's he going to leave me for this time? You don't understand how hard the subreddit is pulling for my boyfriend to leave me.
God, it would be effing exhausting being in a relationship with Mary. Wonder how long before her current boyfriend gets pushed to the edge and breaks up with her.
I told you they hate
Pushed
it.
to the edge.
They hate my relationship.
She's been on a manic streak lately. I swear.
What does that mean? A manic
You
streak?
just haven't been crying on the air? Is that
I
what
guess.
Their version of a manic streak?
I swear she didn't used to be this annoying. when
Well,
she was on
and the
show.
reason you can't get bent out of shape is there's nothing you could do to make those people happy.
No.
Right.
So there's no
It's coming to terms with that. You go, okay, there's just
Right.
going to be people
Yes.
that hate me for no reason.
That's
Okay.
right.
There-
Or
there's-
for a reason. But I don't care what that reason
Yeah,
is.
exactly.
Yeah, but that reason can be something as small as the sound of your voice. I don't like the way that she pronounces her R's or something. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry. I posted that anonymously, and I should have told you. Okay, I got a break. You want to get a text for something? 35192. You can listen wherever you are on the iHeartRadio app.
The Alan Cox Show.